coming, bro. You're gonna see. This is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night.
Get him in your lineups. Get him in there, and let's go get this money.
Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300. What is going on? What's happening? This is your boy, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today we're going to be talking about last night's action, looking at my Core 4 review, as well as taking a brief look back at the game. Just a very brief look. We're also going to be taking a look at our feature 4 players of the evening. So it's going to be a pretty solid show, like it always is. We are ready to get it in. First things first, man, I got to show you, because I showed you the wins. I've got to show you the losses. Tough night for your boy, man. $45 buy-in down the tubes. I'm holding on to $6.50. On FanDuel, it's not as bad, but it still is. I think I had, what, 15 bucks invested. I'm now winning 12 on DK. Excuse me, on FanDuel. So, tough day for me. Tough day for me. Anytime I lose that much of the buy-in, man, it's a tough one. So, yo, we roll. We continue to roll out. What it was for me, it was the blowouts, bro. The blowouts is what did it for me. There's no way that my lineup could have survived. My lineups, plural, could have survived the 2 blowouts, man. Or 3, actually, because you look at the Golden State-Chicago game. That game has blown out completely. I mean, they're up 40-some odd points in that one. You had the Orlando game completely blowing out, and I got such a good starting performance from Elfrid Payton. So, but it was whatever. We moving on. It's on to the next one. Let's get it in. We've got a really solid slate of games coming up for Saturday. And the beautiful thing about this is there's none of that early game crap where it's like the slate's all broken up. No, we have 10 games at 7 o'clock. And we're going to get into this. Go check it out. We're going to RotoQL. This is the site that I use for everything. And I got to tell you, I ignored them today. They tried to put me on. Everybody was going crazy over the O'Quinn play. And I got sucked into that. I got sucked into the O'Quinn play. And what ended up happening was it was giving us a lot. If you remember, if you were inside the VIP with us, we were getting a lot of the center for Golden State, man. Jaja. We were getting a ton of Jaja. And I was like, nah, I can't play Jaja. And Jaja went out and freaking balled. Like, he balled all the way out. Like he rocked out. So, very solid game we saw from Jaja Pachulia. So, we do have, coming up, NBA. We've got 10 games jumping off for tomorrow. So, we're going to be looking at that in its entirety. We do get the Charlotte Hornets at the crib. Baby, please, give me some tickets to the Hornets game tomorrow. San Antonio's coming to town. That'll be nice. All right, so, Jaja was nice. I mean, you could have played Jaja on either side and raked up. You could have raked it up, really. Then, we got a couple of injuries, some news and notes that we already know what time it was. And we talked about this because whenever, and it's something I want to impress upon a lot of you, whenever you have people that are injured, somebody gets injured, and we talked about this, bro, and I ignored it. We talked about this. Whenever you have a key injury to a team, a starter is taken off of or out of the rotation due to injury. Our first instinct, because we love value, we love to roster the guy that at 3.4 goes out and scores 40 DK points. We love to play that guy. And that's why when we see one of those injuries come up, we automatically look for the guy's replacement. Oh, okay, cool. Who's going to be coming in for Cantor? So we all jumped on that. I mean, it got to a point where we were going to play either we were going to play Hernan Gomez or we were going to play O'Quinn. We were going to play either one of those guys. And what we didn't look at was the offense pick-me-up that was going to have to happen all over the rest of the team. We didn't look at Courtney Lee seeing more usage without Cantor playing a solid offensive role on the team. We didn't look at maybe a uptick in usage for THJ or for Kristaps. We didn't really look into all of that. What we did was we went ahead, we were lazy, we took the value, we gobbled up all the value, especially since what happened the other night when a lot of the value went off. But if you remember, it wasn't like injury value that was given to us. That was good value that we found throughout the slate. And we've got to be a little bit, we can't be so lazy. We can't be so lazy to just say, oh my God, this guy's out, we're going to play his replacement. No, we have to, first thing, forget playing the replacement for a second. First thing we got to do is look at the team that the guy that's injured is on. Okay, how does this injury benefit the people that's already on the team, the people that's already starting? How does the injury help them? Then before we look to the replacements, how does that affect the opposing team, the opposing offense? And I think today we got lulled into a false sense of security just because paying down for Caspi, paying down for O'Quinn, or maybe even Hernan Gomez, paying down for Rondo, made it easy to get all of the stars that we wanted. And be that as it may, we made a ton of stars and scrubs lineup without really paying up for the stars we should have paid for, which guys we're going to be talking about. So let's go ahead, go into a quick recap of the slate. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the feature 4. Actually, no. We're going to talk about my core 4 plays because I got to be honest with you, okay? Look. All right, so these are the 4 guys that I had. And the lamb chalk, which was good chalk. Lamb chalk, which was good. So we got Peyton. This is my FanDuel core. It was Elfrid Payton, Jeremy Lamb, LeBron James, Tobias Harris. Nobody from this group killed you, but only LeBron and Jeremy Lamb. Or Jeremy Lamb kept you with the field. LeBron may have separated you because he was 17% owned in most GPPs. Wasn't a ton of high ownership on LeBron James. I think he led the state in scoring. Tobias Harris was at 6.6. He was adequate. So this core did not light the world on fire. My DraftKings core 4, not so much. Boogie Cousins was my highest price guy. He 11.4. Went out and just did not perform well. Jeremy Lamb at 5.1. Of course, he was good. Did what he had to do. Hardaway Jr. made value. And, of course, Elfrid Payton, they victim to the blowout. So, my 2 best plays, the guys that I were leaning on the most, was Boogie Cousins and Elfrid Payton. And those 2 guys were in blowouts, man. We're on both ends of blowouts that really, really hurt me. So, let's go ahead and jump into the feature 4 plays tonight. These are the 4 most talked about, tweeted about guys in the DFS sweatshop, in the Facebook VIP, and as well as on Twitter. Yo, I should change it. I should be like, in the DFS sweatshop, in the Facebook VIP, and as well as on Twitter. Well, here they go. First guy we're going to talk about is the Who Dat, scoring all them points over their player of the night. And it goes to Courtney Lee in 38 minutes. The dude had 26 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, knocked down 2 3-point shots, also had a block, and did not turn the ball over 1 time. That is mistake-free basketball. My New York Knicks should have won this game, but we are the New York Knicks, and we will continue to fuck it up. So, big shout out to Courtney Lee. He is tonight's Who Dat, scoring all them points over their player of the night. Next guy we're gonna talk about is the how did I miss that play tonight? And if you've been noticing, you've been watching me, bro, I've been very fond of Kyle Lowry recently, and I talked him up today. I was like, yo, I wouldn't play DeRozan, but I think Lowry's in a great spot. Collison defense is really not good. If they really want to switch to a defensive scheme, the Indiana Pacers, that is, they will bring Corey Joseph off of the bench, who's a very solid defender, but we're not going to see a lot of him. We're probably going to see, and I talked about him all day, and God had him nowhere. Completely missed him. How the fuck did I miss that? Didn't play him at all. No Lowry, period. And he was definitely a solid play. Played 40 minutes. Yo, this dude, y'all want to tell y'all something, man. Last year, I think this dude was like 2nd in the league in minutes played, and he is approaching that same level. I think LeBron may have led the league in minutes last year, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Kyle Lowry was either he was 2nd or 3rd. But this dude can be on the floor a lot. And at 8.1K, that was a very solid price on him. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He knocked down 5 3-point shots, had 3 steals, and only turned it over 3 times. Very awesome play today was Kyle Lowry. The heat check play tonight can only go to one person, and it doesn't have to go to the guy that scores the most points. But what it does do is go to the guy that's straight up, flat out balls. If you talk about the king, LeBron James had a triple-double in the third quarter, bro. 40 minutes played, 27 points, 16 boards, 13 assists, knocked down 3 3-point shots, had 3 blocks, turned it over 3 times, but still an awesome game for the homie LeBron James at 11.2. Very solid game there. And now let's talk about that one motherfucker who destroyed a fair amount of lineups. Yes, Evan Fournier, 17.75 against Boston. You are a motherfucking snowflake. You are my snowflake because I did have you in a couple spots, and you went out and you stole. You were so bad. You were priced so good at 5.9, but you were so bad that you, Mr. Fournier, Mr. Man Bun, you got benched. You got benched for Jonathan Simmons. You didn't even start the second half. You know what that means? That means you're a motherfucking snowflake with your old snowflake ass, and I'm not going to roster your bitch ass again. Now, there's another snowflake ass motherfucker we need to talk about. It's this dude, Devin Booker. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yo, if you ever scored 72 points in a game, if you ever 71, if you ever scored 70 points in a game, period, real life points, and you play 33 minutes, there's no way you should only have 13 points. There's no fucking way. Like, you were a snowflake, bro. You did horrible. You were horrible. You were horrible. Snowflakes were all over the place, man. They really were. So let's go ahead, jump real quickly into today's 10-game slate. Yeah, the book was closed. The book was closed, bro. It was bad. And Jordan Bell goes off for 48 points. And Jordan Bell goes off for 48 points. Crazy. We didn't even need all of that shit, man. All of that. Oh my God, we gotta get out Quinn everywhere. We didn't even need all of that, bro. You could have just stacked Golden State, the bum Golden State lineup, and you'd have been straight. I'm talking about 1 through 5, all of them. You could have played Curry, Caspi, Bell, the 5, 1 through 5, stacked them, threw LeBron in it, and you would have won all the money. You'd have won all the money. If you stack Golden State 1 through 5 with LeBron, you'd have won all the money. That's all you had to do. Crazy, crazy. Let's go ahead, man. First game on the slate. It's gonna be the San Antonio Spurs going to the Charlotte Hornets. Yo, do I have to do it? Because I believe it right now. I really do. Yo, this is one of the slates that we gotta look at. Like I believe this. Because you got the homie at the crib, and I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Let's go. Yo, can I get that drop, please? Can I get that drop, please? Somebody, let me get that drop. Let's go. I know what time it is. Can I get that drop, please? Yes. Can I get that drop? Come on now. I got hoes. Kemba. Yes, I do like Kemba in this spot. We'll be using him here. He's priced at 7.6. When you get Kemba at the crib under 8K, I don't give a fuck what the DVP says. I don't care about the fact that Patty Mills is a decent defender, or they may even bring in DeJounte Murray. I don't care about that. Give me Kemba here. He is under 8K. Yes, I'm going to have some exposure there. Dwight Howard at the crib, 6.7. Yes, give me that. This is a back-to-back. This is a back-to-back. And these guys did play a fair amount of minutes yesterday, but still, I mean, no Nicholas Batum. Jeremy Lamb at 5.4 is gonna be a guy that's gonna be in play. I don't really love MKG in this spot. Marvin Williams, I could take or leave him. Frank Kaminsky, yes, I like Frank Kaminsky because he didn't play a ton of minutes last night, and I think he can come off the bench and play some solid minutes here. So yeah, 3.8 for Kaminsky is solid. But yes, Kemba is looking Corey right now for the simple fact that there's no Batum. We go back to that. We go back to the Batumless Hornets when Kemba was balling out in the first few games of the season, dropping those 60-point games. I like that. I definitely can get behind Kemba here, most certainly. LaMarcus Aldridge, 7.7. That makes him playable. That makes him playable. No Paul Gasol here. Danny Green at 4.5. Yes, he is in play for me. Very cheap play there. Patty Mills, don't really love him. Kyle Anderson is a no for me. Maybe some Rudy Gay for the bench at 5K. Could be usable. That's nice. That's nice. The only thing I hate, the league freezes at like 7 on the West Coast. Teams start at like 9 p.m. Yeah, that does suck. Next game we got is going to be the Orlando Magic going to Philadelphia. Orlando's on a back-to-back, and it's already been written that we will not see Ben Simmons. So that means we're probably going to see a little bit more TJ McConnell at 4K, who I think is an easy play. An easy play here. Easy play. Is going to be TJ McConnell. Jared Bayless could get some minutes off of the bench at 3.7. Maybe you can look to him. I do like Dario Saric at 5.1. Of course, Joel Embiid is going to be in play against Nikola Vucevic. Bob Cove, 6.2. Definitely a guy that you can look at. Maybe even some Redick at 4.9. I like a lot of the Philadelphia guys today. I really do. The 112 point total, which is only a negative 4.5. Like they're giving up 4.5 points at the crib. So I kind of like that one. Vucevic on the other side, he is in play. Anytime you get him under 7K, you got to take exception there. Elfrid Payton at 6.4 looks to be usable. The price went up on him just a touch, but I think I can get behind him. Evan Fournier is going to be seeing J.J. Redick defense, and they're very similar players, except J.J. Redick can shoot the shit out of the ball. So if I had to choose between the two of them, I would choose J.J. Redick, but that doesn't mean that Evan Fournier is not going to be in play, especially after that dismal shooting performance we saw from him last night. He could be in line to do well. And this is a 30th ranked defense against the shooting guard spot. So I could definitely get behind Evan Fournier. If we want to look to Jonathan Simmons off of the bench at 4.4, if something crazy happens and Jonathan Simmons seems to start or something over Evan Fournier, then you could definitely use him, but I kind of like that. Next game we got is going to be the Portland Trail Blazers and the Washington Wizards. We get two of my favorite point guards squaring off today, John Wall and Damian Lillard. We got to be on the lookout because John Wall at this point is a game time decision, and he just played with a game time decision tag and against Charlotte. Yeah, he was game time decision there, but he did play, and he played 41 minutes and had 53.75 points. So be careful with that. Take it with a grain of salt. Make sure you get the correct information, like when lineups lock. And Portland, this is a back-to-back for Portland. But these are young studs, man. You have to worry about too many of these guys not playing. Nurkic at 6.3 had an awesome game yesterday. He looks to be usable for me, as does, of course, big game Dame at 8.5, somebody that you can take a look at. Evan Turner off of the bench, I could get behind him at 4.2, but I don't love a lot from the Portland side. CJ McCollum doesn't really interest me because Bradley Beal is a fairly tough defender. So Wall and Beal are going to be in play for me on the other side. Even Otto Porter, I kind of like him. Markieff Morris is cheap, but at 4.5, I could take it or leave it. Oubre Jr. just priced up too much coming off of the bench and not seeing a ton of minutes. And Gortat at 4.9 does look to be playable to me here. Next game we got is going to be the Toronto Raptors going to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. This is a back-to-back for them. The Hawks coming off a big game, a big win against my New York Knicks here. DeMar DeRozan coming off a subpar performance. Kyle Lowry is priced under 8K. The dude had a 50-point game and now is playing against probably the best team to play a point guard against, and it's a 7.7. Come on, pour him on me, baby. Kyle Lowry all over my body. Yes, we got him. There's certain times during the season when I tell you to fire up Lowry and DeRozan. This is one of those times. This is one of those times where you can play DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. I like that. Yeah, that is nice. Especially since we've seen Jonas Valanciunas really not get the minutes lately. Like, he's not been getting minutes. And, I think he played 11 minutes last night. So, with that being said, that kind of brings in Serge Ibaka at 4.9 as well. That brings him in there, too. So, DeRozan, Lowry, maybe some Serge Ibaka you could use. I think Norman Powell, as long as he's priced under 4K coming off of the bench, he should be somebody you can take a look at. And he could start tomorrow, too, because OG is just not the answer. On the other side, Dennis Schroeder, don't love him, but he's like the engine of this team. He's the best player this team has to offer at 6.7. I think he's playable. John Collins, the price is up from 4.8 to 5.2. People are not going to want to play him. They're going to be a little squeamish about the performance that we had last night. But I still think he's under 5.2. He is playable. Look at Dwayne Dedmon. The price on him sank, bro. 4.8 for Dedmon. So both of these guys are going to be in play for me, just not in the same lineup. But Collins and Dedmon, both of those guys, I'm going to consider that. Then maybe some Mark Nelly off of the bench at 4K could be usable as well. This is a really nice slate, bro. I'm kind of liking this. Next we got, Yeah, my New York Knicks going to Houston. This game, it's a 13.5 differential here with a 218.5 point total. Now we're talking about James Harden playing my New York Knicks, man. The last time he played the Knicks, I think, didn't he drop like a hundo on us? Didn't he? Well, we played them a little earlier in the season. We did play them a little early in the season. I'm not sure like he went like turkey ham against us. Let's see. Let's see. What did he do against the Knicks last time? Oh yeah, he had 50 last time against us, and that was without Chris Paul. Chris Paul is back, so he had 103 against us last year in that game. Yeah, and he played 42 minutes, so that could be usable. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna play some Harden. Yeah, give me some Harden. Chris Paul at 7.8, he's definitely in play for us. Clint Capella, yes, at 6.6. Don't love Ariza or PJ Tucker. If we gotta make sure we know what's up with Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson. Ride CP3 before he gets over 8K. Yeah, I can agree with that. Chris Stapps at 8.6. Yes, that could be playable for me. Tim Hardaway Jr. We love to play shooting guards. Against Houston, so that's gonna put Courtney Lee and or Tim Hardaway Jr. in play for us. I've got no issue with that. And Enes Kanter, he had back spasms. He was out yesterday. Could come back, but we'll have to stay tuned to find out exactly what's going on with that. Next game we got is going to be the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers. Both of these teams are on a back-to-back, but we didn't see a ton of minutes for the Boston guys because, I mean, they blew the doors off of Orlando yesterday. So we didn't see him a lot. So Vic Oladipo, a guy that I don't think is going to be playing. I don't think he's going to be in. That could really bode well for people like Lance Stevenson at 3.5. Because I mean, you think about it. If Boston blows this team out, blows a team out without Miles Turner, without Vic Oladipo, who's going to get the minutes? I mean, these guys like Corey Joseph's going to get the minutes. Darren Collison's going to be out there. Like, they're going to play because they just don't have a lot of people. And most of the players are young up-and-coming players like Miles Turner and shit like that. So it's not like they're going to chase all these guys off of the court in a blowout the way it was in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were trying to protect people's minutes. Like, we didn't see a lot of Elf because, of course, they were trying to protect his minutes. He just came back from an injury. So these are a few guys that I do like. So, Sabonis is playable. Corey Joseph, Darren Collison, Miles Turner, because, of course, I mean, the team's leading usage guy, Vic Oladipo, is out at 35.3%. So usage. So he's out. So that's going to really help out cats like Darren Collison, Miles Turner, and, of course, Lance Stevenson off of the bench. We want to take a look at the Celtics here. You got Kyrie Irving at 8.3. Who's usable? I think I would say he's usable. Over that 7K is definitely usable. Not a big fan of Jaylen Brown. Well, Jaylen Brown is a game-time decision. That could shake some things up because that could make way for guys like Marcus Smart. And if we do see Marcus Smart at 5.1 get the start here, that's definitely going to be somebody that we can take a look at. Next game we got is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks. Oklahoma City on the second leg of their back-to-back. You get Russell Westbrook at 10.3. They should make light work of the Dallas Mavericks here. I think they just played them, and I want to see what Westbrook did against them recently. I think they just played them, right? Yeah, he had 47 against them and played 33 minutes. And I think Dallas beat their ass, I think. So he should want to come out guns blazing and play well. I'm gonna highlight Russell Westbrook here. I think the paradigm shifted in Oklahoma City. I really do. I think now we're gonna see triple-double Westy. I think he tried to let them other cats take establish themselves and take the role in specific situations, like, oh, when we're in this situation, Paul George, you are the man. Oh, and when we need this, this is what you do, Melo, so you do that. And I'll sit back and I'll do what I need to do when it's my turn. And they were losing. They were fucking losing. So over the last few games, Russell Westbrook was like, nah, if we're going to lose, I'd rather just get a triple-double. Fuck it. And that's what we've been seeing. Like, he's been balling the fuck out the last couple of games. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and open them up. And I'm gonna tell you, some of these games have been losses. Like, okay, look at it, 67, 70. When I think they got beat by San Antonio, and ever since then, bro, like, he's been balling 70, 67. Yes, yeah. So I think Westbrook is definitely a guy that we can consider, definitely in play. Paul George 8.9. Nah, I'm good on that. Maybe some Melo. I'm gonna definitely play Harrison Barnes under 5K because that's who's probably gonna be guarding them. And Melo defense is no defense. So I think Harrison Barnes is a very interesting play at 5.8. Dirk Nowitzki at 4.4 looks to be pretty interesting as well. Maybe some Dennis Smith Jr. I kind of like that one. I like that one. Oh, Jaylen Brown is out for a funeral. Okay. Next game we got is going to be the New Orleans Pelicans going to Golden State to take on the Warriors here. We should get Kevin Durant and Draymond Green back. I'm not exactly sure yet, but we should get them back. And this is one of the only teams where they can't like run the center off of the court because Gentry just doesn't do that. Whenever they play Golden State, Gentry's like, no, you're not going to run my centers off of the floor. I'm going to leave the best players out there, and it happens. So let's take this. Let's take a look at what he's done against the Warriors in the past. So he had 67 in a game earlier against them, 28, 64, 41. So I think I can go right back to Boogie, man. I like the price on him. 11K, I can get there. AD, same with him. I can get there. Drew Holiday, yeah, I can get to him. Rajon Rondo, no. Yo, Rondo doesn't look good with this team. Rondo is not the answer. They need to stop with that Rondo shit, bro. Ever since he came back, the offense looks pretty stagnant, and I don't like it. There should be no, fuck that Rondo shit, man. That dude sucks. Rondo is over. Steph Curry, 9.6. Definitely going to be playable in this spot. Klay Thompson, you can look to him as well. Of course, we're going to be getting KD and Draymond back, I think. If we do, I think Draymond will be the play for me. At 7.2, don't really love KD. KD's got an ankle, and it's bothering him. It's really bothering him, so I don't like it. Next game we got is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks going to Utah to take on the Jazz. We got the big homie coming off a day of rest. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't know if he had like a real deal injury or if he was just resting. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it says he had a knee situation. I don't think it was that serious. I really don't. This is okay. 9 minutes ago, it was updated. Listed as probable for Saturday's game versus the Jazz. He sat out the team's most recent game Wednesday against the Suns due to soreness in his right knee. The same knee giving him some discomfort over the summer. However, it appears the team feels relatively confident that he will suit up for today's contest. More word on his status should emerge following that day. The shoot around for today. So that being said, yeah, I think he's definitely in play, man. Yeah. Giannis 10.8. He's definitely in play. I'm gonna get with Chris Middleton. I kind of like him. Bledsoe, he's still under 7K, so he's usable. Ricky Rubio at 5.6. I can get behind Rubio. Maybe some Derek Favors at 6.1. Donovan Mitchell 6.3 looks to be fairly playable. Rodney Hood, no. I don't love a lot about this game. I can fade Utah completely. Last game on the slate is gonna be the LA Clippers and the Sacramento Kings. Zebo, like him at 5.2. I can get there. Do we go back to George Hill at 4.2? So Kevin Durant is doubtful for Saturday. That just dropped. Yeah, Kevin Durant is doubtful. So he might not play. Okay. De'Aaron Fox, 4.7. Yeah, I kind of like that one. George Hill's going to be up in the air for me. If they continue to play both of those cats on the floor together, I can get behind it. And we know the Clippers defensively on the perimeter, they're going to be hurt because, of course, they don't have Patrick Beverly for the rest of the season. So that's bodes well for the Sacramento team. The Sacramento can play pretty tough, and the Clippers have been very bad throughout the season. So Blake Griffin at 8.8, yes, I can get behind that. Cauley Stein 4.9 off of the bench, yeah, I get behind him as well. Maybe some Buddy Hield. DeAndre Jordan at 6.8 does appeal to me some. The coach's son at 5K, somebody I can use. And this dude's been ripping it up, man. Wesley Johnson has been tearing it up at 4K. It could be a late night hammer for the cheap that you can get to get you, 7-8x value. So I kind of like Wesley Johnson here too. Sweet Lou is finally priced under 7K. Good. We can take a look at him there. I like this game actually. I think this is gonna be a good game because these are two bad teams. There should be a lot of every stat in this game. A lot of turnovers, a lot of assists, a lot of points, a lot of mistakes. There should be a lot of shit, fantasy shit. This should be a very fantasy friendly game, and it's the latest game on the slate. Nobody's gonna want to much people from there. So I like this game. I do. I like this one. So that has been. Well, this has been our, looking over all of the games, man. We've got a solid player pool already in place. what you do from here, right? After you watch this show, what you do is you go to the website. It's www.dfssweatshop.com. There you link up with me, okay? Upon your paid subscription, I will welcome you into the very best Facebook group online, the very best online group, period. And we get in here every day at 5:30, and we build lineups. Now, we chop it up all day long. All day long, we ask each other questions, we talk, we chop it up. We get a feel for the slate, we get a feel for the chalk, we get a feel for the, because we got different types of plays that we go through. We have the chalk plays that the whole industry are going to be on. Then we separate the good from the bad chalk, or at least we attempt to. Then, you know, we also take a look at some of the injury chalk, like the guys that like O'Quinn, like when somebody gets injured, we take a look and we examine those plays from front to back. So we do all of that, and man, then we put that all together and we get together and we build our lineups for the day. So yo, come join us, man. It's always a good time, always solid shit, man. I'm just leading the charge. This is your big homie, the DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Remember, man, go hit up the website www.dfssweatshop.com. Pay your subscription, man. I'll invite you in and we'll chop it up. So this has been a very solid performance for us here this week. We're hoping to close the week out strong. Not a great night for me last night. Lost most of my buy-in on DraftKings. Wasn't bad. I lost $3 on FanDuel and whatever. But we're gonna get that back. It's gonna be a good one. And then Saturday, yours truly and the Iceman, Ronald the Iceman Coley, we're gonna be jumping into the NFL slate this week and really chopping that shit up, man. So get with us, man. It's gonna be a good time. Shout out to the fam. Much love to everybody in the VIP. Appreciate all that you do for the homie, and I will see you all at 5:30. So let's go out. Let's keep it 300, because this is where we keep it real, we keep it honest, and we always keep it 300. Peace. We out.